All right, guys, super excited today. I've got my man, Matthew Thrush with us. And a little secret is that Matthew is the ghostwriter behind my book called The Entrepreneur Evangelist. By the way, super excited about how that turned out. Super pumped about launching it to the world. What I'll say about, what Matthew did to help me pull that out of me was interview and pull it out of me through audio, like asking me questions. But then also because Matthew, you have, because your background of being in the fiction and nonfiction space, both, you really has a great way of adding color to something that normally would just be like a story of someone's autobiography or journey in life. So that's why, you and I really resonated with you doing it, because I wanted my book to really come to life. And so thank you, Matthew, first and foremost for doing that. That's absolutely awesome. I've already shared the book with a few people, and it's cool to see how the impact it's already had. And so I know that we're gonna be able to impact millions of people with it, because the impact it's already had, people are there from one moment laughing to another moment in tears, to another moment laughing to another moment in tears. And so that's, to me, a good sign of a great book. And so, I'm a little biased because it's my story, but when I hear it from other people, that's really what tells me that it's a great book. And so super excited about launching that. I just want to give you kudos to being a part of that process. You've been with me for a while now, working through that journey. And so guys, I have, my ghostwriter, my secret weapon, if you will, on writing books. And so I'm super excited for Matthew to share today, because we're talking about self-education, and we're talking about the explosive growth of the industry. And according to Forbes.com, it's going to be $1 billion a day industry. Right now, last time we looked, is about 400 million a day. I think it's probably past a $500 million a day now. I think it's probably about 500 million or 600 million a day, but it's going to grow to $1 billion a day. At least that's what they predict. So, and I have my reasons for why I believe that's going to happen. I think that traditional education is broken. That pathway to, is broken in so many ways. I mean, you got to get a master's degree just to get a decent job these days. And then trial and error, nobody wants to do that. Who wants to do trial and error? Who wants to try to figure it out themselves? The world's waking up to this idea that find people who have specialized knowledge, right? And learn from them, either buy their courses, buy their books, join their masterminds, their coaching programs, hire them to do stuff for you. I mean, there's all types of ways to serve people in the area of your expertise, but the world's waking up to, hold on a second, there's someone who's already done what I want to do. Why don't I go learn from them, right? That's the novel idea that the world is waking up to. And now that creates an opportunity for all of us. So if you have expertise that you've accumulated in your life, some type of skill set, some type of knowledge, some type of wisdom, some type of result that other people want, then great. Then you should pay close attention to what Matthew's going to share with you. And beyond that, you should join us in what Tony and Dean are doing. Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, they got a 5-day challenge that's free, where they're going to teach you how to take advantage of the self-education industry. And they're going to share with you through other people's journeys. They're going to bring on a lot of other guest speakers like Serena Williams and some other amazing people, as you can see over my shoulder, that are going to be participating as well. So it's going to be the biggest event, the biggest challenge in history. I don't think there's ever been a challenge with more than 1 million people. This one will be the biggest challenge in history. I'm looking forward to breaking that record eventually one day, because that's just what I like to do. But Matthew, from your perspective, you help experts, authors, speakers, coaches publish books and become bestsellers. So from your perspective, why is it such a great opportunity? Based on where we're at in the world right now, like the last 2 years have been absolutely crazy, right? After, the world shut down, and then it's just been absolute bananas. Why now? Why, from your perspective, okay? Because you've been in the self-education industry yourself, teaching people how to write books for years. So from your perspective, why now? Why now is such a great opportunity to leverage your skill sets, your knowledge, and your wisdom and results to help other people?
So first off, Brian, thank you for having me on here. Thank you for all the nice things you said. And make sure you guys buy Brian's book because you're going to love his story. It's incredible. He's amazing. Not just a story, but him as a person and a human being. He cares for you. He wants the best for you. That's why he's doing all these things. And he's promoting Tony and Dean's course and program, their free challenge, because he understands the value behind getting around the right people with the right mindset, the right goals, the right vision, who care about you and not just making a paycheck. So thank you very much for having me on and allowing me to be a part of this with you. I really appreciate it. So the big reason for me of why I am so excited about the online education platform, and obviously it's just allowed me to do what I do, right? But in our day and age, like you already touched on, it's increasing in terms of the revenue daily. So obviously there's a huge piece of the pie that everybody can be a part of. And because we all know that there is no such thing as limitless, there's no limit, it's pure abundance everywhere. That shows us that if all I had was a small piece of that big pie of where it currently is at like 500 million a day kind of deal, if I just had a little bit, that's all I need to be able to do more than enough for my family, for those around me, for me to accomplish my mission in life, and also supply, enough funds and other things and resources to other people to achieve their mission in life, right? We're all in this together. So that alone by itself shows us that the tides are shifting away from the stagnant area of going to college. There are certain reasons why you would go to college for certain things, right? Certain traditional things like doctors and lawyers and things like that. So in trade school, it's totally fine. But I have multiple degrees that in a sense I have used, but not so much, right? And then I came out of there with a ton of debt. So right now people are becoming wiser, understanding that, look, I could go the traditional route, which is go to school for 4 or 5, 6, or if you're going to be a doctor or an attorney, sometimes up to 10 years. And then you have to go do a trade, an in-house assignment to kind of get that job, that position. Now people are understanding that I don't have to spend years to get where I want to be. All I have to find, and this is something that Tony and Dean really push and that resonates with me, is you only need to be ahead of somebody to help them. So the opposite of that is if someone's ahead of me by just a little bit, they can help me get to where they are. And so people are starting to understand, especially since COVID-19 happened, and a lot of people had to go remote or they were losing jobs and they were uncertain about things. The educational system, the industry actually increased. My business actually increased because people realized I have more time and a lot more people are online. I need to hire Matthew or other people to be able to do content creation and books. Let me do it. It's the same thing for other industries, not just for mine. More people are online. More people understand that, look, time is short. Life is short. I want to achieve certain things for myself, for my family, for my friends, for the other people around me, the impact, whatever your motivator is. You can go faster online. And the way you do that is finding people who can help you get there sooner and faster. And that's what Tony and Dean are doing. That's why I support them. That's why I support Brian. That's why I do what I do and why we've had such success.
Well, I think you said something really powerful, and it's we're in this together, right? Like there's a slogan that goes around, right? But it's true. In this community, we're in this together, right? And what Tony and Dean did was brilliant. They partnered to help more people use their gifts, use their skills, use their knowledge to understand the opportunity at hand, and then to do something about it, right? To launch that expertise, to launch that skill set, to launch that knowledge, to help more people. And the world at large has realized that, hey, I need to be on the internet. Just like you, Matthew, our business boomed in a time where a lot of other businesses, like local businesses, we own a restaurant, that didn't do so well, that didn't do so hot. Whereas our online business skyrocketed. It grew without even doing much advertising. It grew significantly because businesses at a large are understanding I need to be on the internet because that's where people are. They're stuck at home, or they're not traveling, or they're not moving around like they used to. And so they're searching out these resources. So I think why it's such a great opportunity is twofold: self-education and specialized knowledge and learning from people who have that is going through the roof. The second part of that is people are looking for those people on the internet, right? Whereas before people were going to events and their way of finding people was not the same as it is now. Now people are heavily relying on the internet. I mean, look at Amazon. Amazon's growth went through the roof. throughout everything that's happened over the last year and more than a year now. At this point, it's more than a year. Can you believe it? But those two reasons are two great reasons, and we're in this together. That's why we're supporting Tony and Dean again this year. We've done this multiple years now. This is our third year supporting these guys, and we believe what they're doing. I've had the opportunity to hang out with Tony and Dean in Fiji, hang out with Tony and Dean in Tony's backyard in West Palm Beach, Florida, and we're doing it again because we believe in what they're doing. We believe that, out of more than 1 million people that are going to participate in their challenge, there's going to be a percentage of those people that want to go deeper, right? And one of the things that you were so gracious to do, Matthew, I said, hey, would you mind sharing some wisdom around how to write a best-selling book? And you're like, yeah, I'd love to do that. So we collaborated, right? We created a 5-part series, and we're still figuring out how we're going to deliver that material, whether it's going to be over the course of 5 days or 5 weeks. Okay, but it'll be one of the two. And we're going to teach you guys your specialized knowledge, Matthew. We're going to teach everyone who buys through us, we're going to teach you how to write a best-selling book. And we're going to teach a lot more around the whole book writing process, because I don't know about you, but it took me about more than 15 years to get my book done. Thanks to Matthew, it finally got done, right?
Right.
But there's strategies and there's knowledge that you have that allows you to write books super fast. And so my goal is to help more people publish books, because books are great ways to impact the masses, right? Not everybody can hire us privately and work with us one-on-one. But what a book does, or a course does, is allows us to impact far more people, right? So that's why I 100% resonate with what Tony and Dean are doing with teaching people how to turn their knowledge into a course, because that is infinitely scalable. And that's one thing that you can't infinitely scale your private time, right? I can't scale my private time infinitely. You can't scale, nobody can. Tony can't, Dean can't, right? But we can infinitely scale books. We can infinitely scale courses, right? We can have millions of people go through our courses. We can have millions of people buy our books. And so if you're listening to this right now, that's your opportunity. Your opportunity is self-education is booming. Now more than ever, we need leadership. We need us collectively together to lock arms to go serve the marketplace, right? I believe that we will, in the next decade, when we look back, we will see that the people that shifted the culture and shifted the world are the ones that are the entrepreneurs, that are ones that are out there making things happen. So guys, to go see all the amazing bonuses that we have in store for you, go to projectnextbonuses.com. Check it out. We've got a huge list of amazing resources that we're giving you for free when you just simply buy through us. Now, Matthew, I want you to talk about, in what way has Tony Robbins impacted your life?
So the big thing, so I would say it was the last 2 years when they were launching their Knowledge Broker Blueprint program. Obviously, I bought into that right away, because even if we're the top of our game, we can still improve. We can still learn. And why not learn from people who are titans, right? Tony Robbins has been doing this for over 4 decades and touches many, many people's lives. And beyond his business, he has other things where he's impacting and changing people's lives, like the Underground Railroad and the Feeding America, and then making clean water through the last well, things like that. I want to be associated and affiliated with people who believe in things beyond business. Business is just our means to be able to fund our mission, right? We have the for-profit to fund our nonprofit endeavors. And so they believe in that, you believe in that, I believe in that. And so that's why I really support them with all of their programs. And beyond that, their programs are great, right? So, I mean, even if they literally said verbatim everything I already knew, I would still learn something. But the reality is that's not the case. There's always something that expands your mind, teaches you something new to think about something, because everything they're teaching you is fresh. What's going on in the market? What are they doing in their own businesses that are working and not working? And they're making massive pivots right now with every aspect of their life. So that's why I join into it. That's why I would say everyone needs to join into it. Even if they buy the course every single year, or if they modify and add updates, I'm all in for it, because you're going to learn something new. Even if you go through the exact same program, you can still
Yep.
learn something new, but they always add extra
Mhm.
stuff. And so I'm excited about this new program
Mhm.
because now, because COVID-19 just happened,
Mhm.
I can't wait to hear their
Mhm.
take on how they
Mhm.
made pivots in their business,
Mhm.
their personal
Mhm.
life, their friendships, and things
Mhm.
like that to say, all right, what do
Mhm.
they do that's working? How do they pivot?
Mhm.
How do they
Mhm.
maneuver?
Mhm.
How are they thinking bigger
Mhm.
now that more people are online, right?
Yeah.
So for me, that's the biggest reason why I'm ready to get into it is learn, all right, what are those things like that? And just
Mhm.
surround myself with people who have growth mentalities,
Mhm.
servant mentalities,
Mhm.
and they have that, you have that. And that's why I'm like, well,
Mhm.
when are you coming out? When I heard about
Yeah.
the program, I was like, please, can I buy it now? Right?
Right.
How fast can I get it?
Yep. Well, and that's a good point because it's not always what the new thing that we need to learn that we never knew, but it might be something that we've already heard before, but we need to hear it at a different time or stage in our life, right? So I think what you said is brilliant, and it's kind of like when we bust open the Bible. Like every time we read it, there's something we take something new from it,
It reads
right? That we
us.
can then apply it to our lives. And so, yeah, and this time, I mean, this course is about complete. The first 2 years is about launching a mastermind. This is about this is completely different. This is about launching a course. Okay, so this new program that they're releasing is a whole different animal, right? It's a whole different animal because launching a course is very different than launching a mastermind, right? Now, I do agree. Launching a course, you can do it from anywhere in the world. You can do it from the comfort of your home. My first course I ever launched was from the beaches in Hawaii. Literally, I was on the beaches. I was filming with my MacBook Pro. I was filming myself from the beaches. You can literally film a course anywhere in the world if you want to, right? Okay, so talk about a little bit more about your bonuses that you're hooking everybody else up with. By the way, super generous of you. I asked Matthew, like I said, hey man, is there any way that you can add something that can teach people the value of becoming a bestseller, right? For me, having a book is it's a gateway to serving people at a higher level. That's the way that I look at it. Um, I'd love to know in a second, Matthew, how you look at it. But like a book, I can sell tens of millions of copies of books because they're like $10 or $20, right? And everyone and their brother can buy a book. Like there's no barrier to entry, right? Whereas my private one-on-one clients, it's a lot more than $20, right? It's a lot more than $20. So I can make a greater impact with that book. And so that's why I love books. So I want to see more people who have skills, knowledge, expertise. I want to see them put that into a book, put that into a course, put that into a coaching program, put that into all types of different programs that serve people. Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Serving people and helping people produce results. That's all that matters. How can you take what you know and turn it into something that helps other people produce results? Okay, that's important. So Matthew, tell us what you see the value of having a book now that you've helped over 200 best-selling authors become best-selling authors through a book. What would you say a book for a lot of people is like a daunting task? For me, it was like, oh my God, I got to write a book. I got to get behind a computer and I got to write a book, right? It was a hard thing, but we've gotten to know each other the last couple of years. I mean, you can write a book in, a couple of weeks, right? Or faster, right? So it doesn't have to take that long, but talk about the power of writing a book. And then let's talk a little bit about what is this bonus? I mean, you're super generous by giving this for free. Totally hooking everyone else up, just like we are with our bonuses. What are some of the things that they're going to learn in your bonus, sessions? You've got 5 sessions where you're going to be walking people how to write a best-selling book. So tell us a little bit about the value you see in having a book as an expert, okay, who's taken advantage of the self-education industry, and from the perspective, and then also on the flip side of that, what they're going to learn from you. What is your desired outcomes for them as someone who's in this industry of self-education?
Sure. So, first, I would say about the book and why it's crucial for everyone to have it. Obviously, if it wasn't important, people like Tony Robbins and Dean wouldn't keep writing them, right? And other people
Mm-hmm.
like them.
Right.
And Napoleon Hill wrote one, Think You Grow Rich. A lot of people use that book
Mm-hmm.
and how it sparked them and things like that. So, the big reason why writing a book is so beneficial is it allows you to create something that has a legacy.
That's
right?
great.
That's really important. We're only here for a short period of time. A book is a way for you to be able to jot down, even if you're not going to sell it, it's a way to
Mhm,
jot down things that you learned in life that you
mhm,
want to share with your kids and
mhm,
share with their children and their children's children, right? You want to pass it down through multiple generations. Now,
mhm,
beyond that, it's the reason why it's so effective, and it will be a perfect bonus for adding into what Tony and Dean are going to teach you. Is they're going to teach you how to do a course.
mhm,
If you learn how to write a book, it
mhm,
can be the blueprint to the course, a
mhm,
mastermind, a
mm,
coaching program, and a done for you. It's
mhm,
the foundational element
mhm,
that makes everything else easier. We
mhm.
call it a value ladder, right?
Yeah.
It makes everything so much easier and faster, and with clarity of, all right, if I do the book first, that's the foundational element. And like Brian touched on, is that not everybody can afford you or me or someone else at a higher level, or they're not even
Mhm,
there yet. They're just getting
mhm,
started. They just learn, oh,
mhm,
the idea of self-education. What is that?
mhm,
Okay, well, boom, there's a
mhm,
book about it. Okay, I can
mhm,
start there. I'll pay $10, $20 to get that
mhm,
book. And now it's
mhm,
self-paced. They can learn it. It's less invasive and intrusive. So they can take their time reading it, studying it, go find other books like it, get their knowledge capability
mhm,
to that level. And then they're like, okay, I'm getting some results for this. I'm gonna go a little faster. All right, maybe I'll go buy a course now, right? Or maybe I'll go
mhm,
buy a workshop now, or maybe I'll go
mhm,
do a mastermind. That's how it goes. So
mhm.
that's the in my eye why it's so crucial to have books and leverage books. Books are
Mhm.
leverage, right?
Right.
And like you said too, people can afford books. You can reach a mass audience, right?
Mhm,
And then they'll go from there. Everything that we
mhm,
create and push out is like a
mhm,
boomerang. It brings
mhm,
people back, and it's helping them at a different level, right? Not everybody needs a one-on-one coach.
Yeah.
Like if you're playing in the NFL, they all have private coaches
Mhm,
and psychologists, things like that, to help them with their mind, not just their body. But
mhm,
not everybody needs that. Some people
mhm,
might just need a book. So that's why I
mhm,
say it's so important. It just
mhm,
gives you another touch point
mhm,
to reach people and change their
mhm,
lives.
mhm,
From a business standpoint,
mhm,
it makes everything else you create easier. And you can
mhm,
use it in the book funnel
mhm.
and scale people up through your
Well, I mean,
process.
it gives you a ton of credibility, right? If you can say
Hmm.
I'm a published author or I'm a best-selling author, then you have more credibility. You're adding to your resume. I would also say, I mean, I love what you said about legacy. Right now, we're in the Legacy Builder Studio, and I love that you said that because that's right now what I'm working through with my dad. I'm helping him to take his lessons of life and get it into a book. Okay, he's gonna come down. I'm gonna interview his lessons. We're gonna put it into a book, and we're gonna launch the book out into the world. And then his legacy will live for hundreds of years into the future. I mean, think about it. Look at Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill's legacy, his wisdom, his skills, his knowledge that he put into that book, Think and Grow Rich, is still being carried. There's people reading the book right now. Like right this second, there's people reading his book or listening to his audio. I know that for a fact because it's one of the all-time most successful books in history. And there's more people like that. I mean, look at Zig Ziglar. Zig Ziglar was another powerful, impactful, influensive person in the personal development industry who is no longer with us, but his books are still being read. His CDs are still being listened to. His courses are still being purchased. That, my friend, is what it's all about. You're able to take your knowledge, your skills, your expertise, put it into something that can live beyond you. And that's incredible. That's what I want more people to do. I want more people to understand the value of what it means to build a legacy, and a book is a great way. So
Yep.
thank you for touching on that because I was gonna speak to that, and you did for me.
Hey, we're on the same page. So that's the importance of a book. Now, so you know what to expect from this 5 day or 5 week challenge, however we determine how to position it so you get the maximum movement. We want to make sure you get results fast. So when we discuss how best to do that, then we'll do that. So what you can expect is high level. Day one, you're going to learn how to find profitable book niches before you write a single word. And you're going to know exactly how much you can make with a book from day one before you even start writing it. Right.
Okay.
Day two, we're going to talk about how to find and unlock golden categories so that you can rank at the top of the charts so you don't get lost in the millions and millions of books that are currently on Amazon. Right. And then, like so Brian touched on earlier, it's easy for us to publish books now, but it's not easy to stand out unless you know how to structure it and market it. Right. Day three, we're going to talk about how you can find and leverage red hot keywords so that you can beat out titans like Napoleon Hill and even Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi, right? There's a way that you can even rank above their books if you don't have a massive audience by knowing the right keywords to use. We're going to teach you how to do that so you have immediate cash flow coming month after month for your books.
Nice.
Day 4, we're going to talk about how to model the market for rapid success, right? We want to model success. Who out there is doing what we want to do? It's just like Tony and Dean. We want to learn from them. Who is people who are ahead of us? What are they doing that we can learn so we can shortcut ourselves, right? So we're going to do that on day 4. We're going to learn how to leverage people that are already succeeding within the niche and industry that we want to write in terms of our book idea. We're going to model that. And I'm going to show you how you can do that to model it so you can become a bestseller on Amazon, maybe the USA Today, Wall Street Journal, maybe even the New York Times, right? And that way you can just get your book out there and not just sell a few copies, but sell thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands, right? And then day 5, we're going to learn how to structure your book for guaranteed results for your readers, right? And we're going to cut out the guesswork of what to put in your book, because if readers do not get results from your book, no one's going to buy it. No one's going to buy anything after that. So I'm going to teach you how to structure your book so that you make sure and guarantee that anyone that picks up your book is going to get the result and the outcome that you say they're going to get, whether it's a breakthrough, an outcome, or a specific kind of result, right? Whatever that is, we're going to help. I'm going to show you how to structure your book so that happens. And then there might be a bonus day, right? And if there is a bonus day, which there is, I'm going to leave that as a surprise of what you can look forward to. So we're going to have 5 days and then maybe some extra days to teach.
Let's leave that a surprise for sure. And what I want to touch on, guys, is Matthew's done this hundreds of times, created over 200 best-selling authors. So he's the one, he has specialized knowledge. That's why people pay him to write books, right? Makes sense? That's why people will pay you for your specialized knowledge. So I'm excited about what Matthew, you're going to be sharing. And I want to touch on something. What Matthew said, I don't know if you caught it, guys, but he said how to write the book in a way to guarantee results for who is going to read your books, right? Who cares if you write a book if no one can get any practical application and results from it, right? And that's what we want to obsess around. We want to obsess around, okay, this whole idea of like turning your knowledge into a business is great. At the end of the day, what the market is looking for is people that are in this space that are producing actual results, tangible, real impact. That's what impact is. It's results. Okay. Now that can show up in the form of money. That can show up in the form of relationships. That can show up in the form of health. I mean, there's all types of ways that it can appear in your experience based on your expertise, obviously. But I love that because that's so in alignment with what I preach all the time, which is you got to earn the right to make an offer. Okay. I truly believe this. I've been saying this for years, and it's earn the right. Actually, I'm getting some t-shirts made right now, and I'll make sure, Matthew, you get one. It says earn the right. And so when you earn the right, what that means is you produce value before you make an offer. And the value you provide before you make an offer is so good that people say, well, if that was so good, then what else do they have to offer? How else can they support me? And that's exactly what Tony and Dean are going to do on the biggest challenge that they're going to host. It's the biggest challenge in history to date. Okay. Again, we're going to beat that record, I'm sure. Just because we're competitive. We love competition. We love to constantly be raising the bar, right? And I think we should all want to do that. Constantly raise the bar. It's like the minute mile or whatever it is, like the person who broke the record of how fast you could run a mile, right? There's always someone that's trying to break the record. I think that's healthy. It's a healthy form of competition. But at the end of the day, that's what they're doing, right? So they're going to give you 5 days of awesomeness. They're going to blow your mind. They're going to share insights into this industry and how they pivoted during the crazy time that we've experienced in the last year, right? Tony lost $94 million or 90 something million bucks when COVID hit. Okay. How did he pivot? He pivoted and he's actually ahead. So even though he lost $90 million or more, he was able to pivot because he had smart people around him to help him pivot and make the shift to then step into a new lane. So he's going to be sharing that on this challenge. So you definitely don't want to miss out on this opportunity to learn from Tony, learn from Dean. And then for those of you who are like, I'm in, like, Dean and Tony provided so much value. I want to learn more. For those of you who decide to go all in and purchase their program, okay, we've created an incredible bonus package, and all of these bonuses are really here to serve you on the journey. Okay, we help experts every single day launch their expertise online, and we want to help more people do it. And so by aligning ourselves with Tony and Dean, this is how we are able to serve you. You invest with them, you get all of our stuff for free when you buy through us, because we're an affiliate of theirs, right? So again, thank you so much, Matthew, for coming in today, adding value, giving some insights to what it's like to be in this industry, because you're in this industry, you've been in this industry, you've been monetizing this industry, but also more importantly than that, helping people in this industry to get their message out. And that's what this is about. It's about getting that message that's inside of you out into the world. And so I thought you were a perfect fit, because I do believe books are one of the things. Tony's not going to stop writing books. He's got another one coming out that I know about that he hasn't even told anyone about in the world yet, because he told us about it when we were masterminding with him about a month ago over in his backyard in West Palm Beach. So he's continuing to write books. Dean's continuing to write books. Why? Because they make an impact. Okay. There's a point in your career where you get to the place where all that matters is impact. How do you make a dent in the universe? Well, you raise people up. That's what they're doing. So guys, go to projectnextbonuses.com, get registered for the challenge. If you haven't already, go through that. Okay. Apply those lessons. And then I would encourage you to invest in their course. Buy their course. It'll be absolutely incredible. I've already seen some of it myself, gone through some of it, and it's amazing. So nothing they do is nothing short of amazing. I mean, everything that Tony and Dean do is awesome. They have a very high standard, and if Tony's going to put his name on it, he's going to do it right, and you can bank on that, because he's got too big of a reputation and brand to do it any other way. So again, thank you, Matthew, for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I look forward to making your expertise shine even more to everybody who goes all in and buys Tony's and Dean's course.
It'll be fun. My pleasure.
All right, guys. So I hope you found that helpful, and I hope you were able to take some of those nuggets that were shared today, and I want you to apply them. Okay. When you apply them, tell me about it. Okay. Message me on Facebook, send us an email. I always love to hear about the impact from information, knowledge, wisdom that we've shared or we've been able to pull from people. I would encourage you to participate in what Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi are doing with their challenge. If you haven't been a part of the 5-day challenge, you're missing out. Go join the challenge, watch the videos, and apply that as well. You can find that at projectnextbonuses.com. And for those of you that want to go deeper, for those of you that know that you want to learn from Tony and you want to learn from Dean and you want to learn all of the stuff that they have in store for you about the best ways to launch a digital course, to monetize your expertise online. For those of you that already know you want to go deeper, we're going bigger and better than we went the first 2 years. And we went big and bold the first 2 years. But this year, we've gone absolutely crazy with bonuses to support you. And that's really what they are. They're bonuses to support you on your journey. You've got Tony, you've got Dean, you can learn from them. They're great mentors and leaders in their own right. And then you've got us. We're here to support you. This is what we do every single day of our lives. We help experts launch their expertise online, okay? It would be nothing more than amazing to support you on that journey and hook you up with all this amazing stuff that you get for free, right? So if you're gonna buy their program anyways, you might as well get a bunch of amazing stuff for free that we've put together, and the purpose is to support you, okay? We wanna see you successful, because when you're successful, then you're able to help other people, and that's how we create the ripple effect. And I believe that's how we change the world. We change the world by you rising up, by you becoming a producer, not just a consumer, but you become a producer in your own life and experience, and you add value to other people's lives, and you get paid for it, right? I mean, think about it. What better than that? You getting paid for your knowledge, your expertise, and your skills, and then that blesses someone else's life. And that's why I always say, bless and be blessed. It's a biblical principle that when you follow it, works. How do I know this? I've been doing this for over 15 years, okay? And I would love to support you on your journey. So go to projectnextbonuses.com, register for the challenge, buy their course, and get all of our incredible bonuses that we have for you for free. If you have any questions, just feel free to send an email to support@perfectfunnelsystem.com, and we'd be happy to support you there.